.com is the most widely used domain name extension in the world. But what does .com actually mean in a web address? Let's find out the purpose of using this extension in web addresses. Did you know? .com is one of the first 6 domains established by the Internet Assigned Numbers Authority (IANA) in 1984. The other 5 are edu, gov, mil, org, and net. A website address is a uniform resource locator (URL) that points to a location where a website is hosted. A website is a set of related web pages having the same domain. Typically, a website address is made up of 4 distinct parts. Protocol: it is an agreement between 2 devices to transmit data in a particular format. The 2 major Internet protocols are HTTP and HTTPS. Domain name: a unique name given to a website which is obtained by a domain name registration service. For example, Buzzle, Google, etc. Domain extension: the extension that follows the domain name. For example, com, net, org, etc. Port number: the port at which the website is available on the host server. Note that the port number may or may not be listed at the end. If no number is listed at the end of the address, the default port is used based on the protocol in the web address. The port number $80 is associated with HTTP, whereas the port number 443 is associated with HTTPS. What is a domain? A domain name and its extension is altogether known as a domain. This domain has a high degree of importance in a web or email address. But why? More than 3 decades ago, domain names never existed. To connect to a host on a network, one needed to type its IP address, a long numerical string like 76.125.52.108. However, this was not an easy task, as it was difficult to memorize the IP addresses of various hosts on the network. This problem was solved by the Domain Name System (DNS), which came into existence in the year 1983. It mapped the numerical IP address to alphabetic or alphanumeric strings, which are definitely easier to handle. So today, simply typing a domain such as buzzle.com will take you to its home page, instead of its IP address. What is .com? There are several extensions to a domain name, such as net, org, edu, and the like. The extension .com is just one of them. A domain extension is the top-level part of a domain name. This implies that you can guess the intent of the website, whether it belongs to a non-profit organization, org, educational institution, edu, government, gov, etc., just by looking at its domain extension. .com indicates that a website has some kind of commercial intent. Since the time the Internet was launched, .com was used for commercial websites. However, today, almost anyone can have a .com address, whether or not you are using it for business purposes. Also, getting this domain address is quite simple and inexpensive these days. How to get a .com domain address? The following steps explain how to get a .com domain address for your business. Choose a domain name that suits your brand or service. It could also be the name of your business. After choosing a domain name, you need to purchase it from any of the domain name companies, and then register it with the Internet Registration Authority. If the domain name of your choice is available, you can purchase it for a year or more. There are various websites that allow you to purchase and register your domain name online, that too instantaneously. All you have to do is simply go to their website, submit your choice of domain name ending in .com, select the length of time you wish to register it for, and make the necessary online payments. Although .com is not specifically used for commercial purposes today, there are other domain extensions, such as edu, gov, etc., that are still used for their intended purposes.